I'm going to do bottom of the barrel as my worst 5 of the year. And I want to see what Jeff has to say. I'm going to go with Drake May at number 5. Not a fan. I think he's going to be a bust and a hype. Bo Nix, right above him at number 4, worst draft picks. J.J. McCarthy, not a fan. Shaun King will be on with us tomorrow, Jeff. He's a fan. I'm not. Blake Corum, I know he's up there. I know Brian Case is going to be mad at me, Michigan fans. I don't see it in the NFL. I don't see his game translating. And then number 1, biggest bust, bottom of the barrel, draft pick, Caleb Williams with the nail-painted extraordinaire. Jeff is different than that. I know Jeff wants to. If he does great, so be it. Nobody cares about what his off-field antics are. I agree with that too. At the same time, this is just my opinions on the top 5 worst draft picks. Jeff, you got 5 of your least favorite?
Blake Corum's an interesting one. I'm curious why you said Blake Corum. You just think he's undersized?
See, when you're that size, you have to be elite. And he's not elite as far as lateral movement, breakaway speed, and he's not the pass-catching back that you have to be now in this era when you go empty in the NFL. We get a lot of empty backfield, a lot of motion with the back, mismatch on the back or safety. He's not a mismatch nightmare to any linebacker or safety in the NFL. Every single backer in the NFL can run with Blake Corum. He doesn't present an issue to me, and that's why I don't see him. Now, I could be wrong. This is why we're making – see, this is the thing. We put our neck on the line to make statements early, and then you hold this in your house on Twitter because you're a nobody, and you'll bring this out if I'm wrong on one of these and say, that aged well, but you'll never say nothing. You'll never stick your fucking neck out and say anything. You'll wait for us to either be right or wrong. I'm telling you, this is my opinion right now. Patrick Queen would lock Blake Corum fucking down. So, I'm just telling you, he doesn't present he doesn't give me anything, Jeff. That's why I look at him to be interested. Who's your 5 that you look at and say, I don't know.
Yeah, look, there's a couple of guys that I was a bit curious about. Amarius Mims, a guy who was drafted at around 18, I believe. He's a guy who only played 8 games in college, a guy that has a lot of, I think, possibilities. But, again, we see it with a lot of these linemen. Can they keep their weight down? Can you look at a guy like Mekhi Becton, who just signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, a guy who has had trouble keeping his weight down, has had times where he's injured and can't play, can't get on the field. Amarius Mims is an interesting name because I think he could be a really good player or he could be a real failure, right? Where he just doesn't get on the field. He's never right there. Also, I'll throw in, I guess, possibilities with maybe the best picks. Receiver outside of Marvin Harrison and Rome Odunze, they weren't really well regarded. We saw, a lot of the receivers go towards the end of the first round, even into the second round. I think you have some really good receivers that went, like a Keon Coleman in the second round. So they're kind of underrated. I don't know that I had many bad picks. I didn't hate this draft class, at least in the first round. I think there's questions on 1 or 2 guys, most notably the quarterbacks. But I think you would agree. Let's say Caleb Williams didn't paint his nails and didn't act the way he does. Would you still feel this way about him?
Yeah, I don't think he's a difference maker. I don't. He's nothing that I haven't seen. And that's been my whole gripe. I don't care about the off the field shit. We all talk about it and laugh about it and joke about it and it's glaring. But the bottom line is, yeah, he makes some off platform throws. He does some things. He's not elite. Somebody that, oh, fuck. This guy's 6'6", 240, can throw everybody. I don't see anything that this guy does that I have yet to see. And that's why I don't understand the enamor by all these so-called special professional draft analysts saying he's something we haven't seen. But
he is the best quarterback in this class.
I like Jaden Daniels better. I think Jaden can do everything he can do.
But what we're saying, we're not really – it's 1-2, right? So
yeah.
Is it the worst draft pick? He was the best quarterback per, maybe 1 or 2 players.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. Let me ask you this, though. Let me throw this at you. If you've seen this guy come out, let's say Josh Allen's class, are you looking at him the same way? See, I think this class is so bad that you're forced to say Caleb Williams is great.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know.
That's a good point. He lucked out and was in the right class where he maybe isn't, but again, we can make the case with a lot of guys, he just happened to be in this class and for him it worked out. But I get what you're saying.